Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Golden Gloves Chat Show. Well, with me in our studio is the very well-known Ryno Liebenberg. What a fantastic fight. Let me congratulate you on that fight.
Thank you.
IBA All-Africa champion, South African Super Middleweight champion, WBA Pan-African champion. You did it all against Rowan Campbell on Saturday night. And absolutely magnificent. I mean, you came to the fight, you came to the party, you really came to win. You proved you wanted to win. It was one of the most anticipated local fights in many years. It was, everybody was speaking about it, and everyone had their opinion. And as though I know you a long time and I rate you as a fighter, and that I tended to lean towards Rowan. I thought maybe being 10 years younger, being a come forward fighter, you used to pick up cuts in your fights. So I tended to lean towards Rowan, but you were absolutely magnificent. You just turned it around. You arrived on the night, you wanted to win, and he was the man that got cut.
Yes.
And you just turned the whole thing around. You did fantastically well. How did it feel beating Rowan Campbell on Saturday? We're going to go through the whole fight.
Yeah, so it was a good victory for me. It was one that I wanted, and I really wanted to win. So we did the work, and it felt good. It felt good to win.
Did you train harder than ever before, Ryno?
No, I wouldn't say I trained harder. I did what I normally do. I think maybe I even did a little bit less because I'm getting older now. I can feel I can't train as hard anymore, but I just need to manage it the right way, and it still works out fine.
And he is the brave heart, like they call him, Rowan. I mean, he's a nice guy. You're a nice guy. And that's part of boxing. For the people now, the viewers must realize that we're not enemies. None of us are enemies. We're all friends. We all love each other in this game. We're all family. And it was fantastic performance by both of you, and specifically you, because it was one-sided. Let's start the first round. It was quite strange from Rowan Campbell. We thought he'd come and put pressure, and he seemed quite nervous. He started grabbing and holding in the first round.
So Rowan threw a jab, and I felt, but this is a nothing jab. It's just like to keep distance or just to see what it is. And I jabbed him 2 hard jabs. And then he grabbed me around my legs, and I thought, okay, maybe they're going to come with a plan or something. And when I jabbed him again, and he did it again, I knew something was up. Then I knew, listen, it's time to go.
What did you think? He was maybe nervous?
Yeah, I think the nerves got to him.
Yeah.
It's a big fight. It's the first time he's fighting a real opponent that's not bang or not anything, and I think it got to him.
Not bang. Well, no, you were fantastic. Ryno, let's go to the second round now. Second round, he picked up a cut already.
Yeah.
People were expecting you to cut. Yes, Rowan Campbell cut in round 2. And then you threw this left hook. You've got this fantastic way of throwing your punches.
Yeah.
We spoke about it off air. You don't throw a full over and right or a right hook like this. You throw almost like a swimming punch.
Yes.
And it works brilliantly.
It works, yes.
And you threw the left hook and you caught him on top of the temple in the second round, and down he went.
Yes.
What did you think of that though?
So when I caught him and I saw him going down, then I heard the claps for the 10 seconds, so I knew the bell was going to save him. And honestly, the bell saved him in that round. But kudos to Rowan, he got up from a banger of a punch. I caught him flush. And he didn't stay down. He got up and he rolled again.
Yeah, no. Look, he's got 12 out of 10 points for heart. He came to fight as well. Round 3 and 4, did you take your foot off the pedal?
We trained because I was a little bit sick. So we decided to do one pace right through the fight. We're not going to go blow hard and then take it off. So we decided on one pace, and I just stuck to the pace. He upped his pace a bit in round 3 and 4. So he threw more punches. But Rowan's biggest thing is Rowan gets caught with big punches. And I said it before the fight, he's easy to hit. And that comes with experience, where you learn to roll with punches and not take them solid in the face.
Although he didn't fight like he normally does with a peekaboo kind of movement.
Yeah.
But obviously you're only as good as your opponent allows you to. So you were putting him under so much pressure, I don't think you allowed him to. He normally had that bit of peekaboo style, which he didn't bring to the party this time.
So Colin knew all the slipping that he did off the right hand. So we worked immensely on my left hand. Lots of jabs, lots of left hook. And so I didn't throw too many right hands to give him the opportunity to slip to the left and throw those left to the body and left hook. And that completely put him off balance, because now I jabbed as he went to the left, I jabbed him again and jabbed, and the jabs hit him. So we just negated everything that made him good.
Ryno, by round 5, you were completely in control, dominating. You had the knockdown. the referee took a point away
Yeah.
for
Headbutt.
headbutting.
Yeah.
But then the very next round, he took a point away
For
from.
Rowan. Yeah.
So did you headbutt him?
No. So I tend to lead with my head because I crouch forward, especially when I want to fight on the inside. And yeah, maybe I hit him with the head. I didn't do it on purpose. The ref took a point, and then the next round he banged me with the head.
So he did hit you with it.
Yeah.
Purposely.
And the ref took a point. The ref was quite strict. And so it's part of the fight. You know, you get emotional, you want to roll. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I thought after round 5 he was cut both eyes. He couldn't really see out of his one eye anymore. After round 6 I thought, listen, he's had enough, but he still wanted to go, and I could feel he's got the will to go. I've been there where you've got the will, but it's just not working.
So end of round 5, the doctor took him back to his corner. At least the referee took him back to his corner. Called the doctor and called Peter, and they had a look. And the referee wasn't happy.
Yeah.
But because I think he had 3 cuts now at this
Yeah.
stage. Came out for round 6, and it was a war again. Round 7, a war.
Yeah, and it just got worse. You know, after a while, he couldn't see the jabs anymore. He couldn't see the left hands, and he stopped moving completely. So then I started throwing right hands as well, because now he didn't do the slips anymore. And I hit the body. Rowan hit me in the body, but I hit the body a lot in this fight. So we gave him something to think about upstairs and downstairs. I just wore him down.
Yeah. So beginning of round 8, referee for the second time took him to the doctor to check the cuts, and it was really bad.
Yeah.
I think he had 4 cuts.
Both eyes, yeah.
2 above both eyes. So what were you thinking going into round 8? Because you came out there storming, looking
Well,
like
I wanted to stop it. I wanted to get an end to it, and because I knew it was only going to get worse. It's only going to go one way. From round 8, already in my head, I knew he couldn't win anymore. There was no chance. Rowan doesn't hit hard enough to knock me out. It's just not going to happen. And he couldn't make up the points difference. Well, that was from my thinking. And then I knew, and after round 7, you know, I looked at Peter in the corner because Rowan was spent. He was done, man. And I knew he had the will to fight, and he could fight 20 rounds, but his face couldn't, and his body couldn't. And so there comes a time when you need to stop it. And then luckily round 8, the ref stopped it.
Yeah, so that's my next question to you, which we've both been in the fight game so long. It just depends how you look at it. You wouldn't want the referee to stop, or your corner, or the doctor, isn't it, if you cut? And,
I wouldn't.
And I definitely didn't want that either in my time. So it was a tough decision for Peter. You know, you're in a massive fight here now. What do you do? So people obviously Peter got criticized for not stopping it. The ref got criticized for not stopping it, but I not stopping it soon enough. But I think it was kind of stopped at the right time. What do you think?
At the end of the day, yes, this was a title fight.
Exactly.
It wasn't 4-round fighters getting into the game. We were both. We're titleists. We're guys that fight 12 rounds. So in 12 rounds, I believe they should give you every opportunity to fight your rounds. And because anything can happen, it's boxing. But I think they stopped it at the right time. You know, I was there in Monte Carlo. I looked the same that Rowan did now. So, and I also felt, they stopped it. There's nothing wrong with me, but my face was a mess.
Yes.
And it was the same story with Rowan. So I do believe they gave him the benefit of the doubt. They knew he was fit, they knew he was strong, they knew he was going to fight. So I think they stopped it at the right time.
Yeah. So good stoppage by referee Tony Ningi. And what do we do next with Ryno Liebenberg?
Well, like I said,
we spoke off air as well. We were speaking to promoter Rodney Berman. You wanted to make it your last fight, but I mean, you're a young 37-year-old. You're like a Golovkin.
Yes.
You know, like you said to me, I need to turn pro
27.
At 27.
Yeah.
By the time I was 30, I had 49 fights. So I was an old man at 30. But you're a young 37-year-old. So where do we go from here?
So there's nobody locally to fight. There just isn't any fights. So like I said, I'd like to fight the international fight. And then see from there, I'm ready to retire. I want to spend time with my family and my kids. My kids are getting big. So that's what's giving me the thing. I want to retire. I want to spend, when you go into training camp, you don't really see your family. You can't do anything. You don't go anywhere. You have to eat. You're moody. So that's getting to a point where it's getting to my family. And where there isn't any much or so much more to achieve. So Yeah, we'll see if there's a big fight out there for me. I hope so. I've still got the will to fight another big one, and hopefully Rodney can pull it off.
Yeah, well, obviously, just like you were saying, with the family and everybody being affected, what a lot of people don't realize how hard professional boxing is. To be a good professional fighter, you've got to train 3-4 hours a day. You've got to diet every day, and you've got to be committed. And it's tough on the family. You've got to live, eat, and sleep and drink boxing.
Unfortunately.
Which you did, obviously, for this fight, and you've done for your career. So well done. Well, you know, there's maybe even a possibility you can fight for a world title.
Well, that'll be fantastic.
That would be fantastic.
Oh, yes. Cherry on top.
We'd all like to see the cherry on the cake that Ryno Liebenberg fights for a world title before you actually hang up your gloves.
So that'll be great.
So let's hope that happens. So fantastic. I don't want this to be our last boxing interview. I want to interview you one day as a world champion. Let's talk about the charity. It was an amazing gesture from you, from your sponsors, from everybody that helped you. Talk to us about your charity.
You know, before this fight, in the beginning of the year, we went on the blue train. It's a South African thing, but it's for a very few privileged people. But my kids went with. You know, my daughter and my son are 6 and 9 years old, and they shared a room in the blue train. And you know, tickets 30,000 rand for a weekend. So on the train, I just came to the realization that my kids have so much, and they've got, and it's like nothing for them. They just see it as another trip.
Could your parents have put you on a blue train?
No, they
neither
didn't.
me.
So, and then when you got into Cape Town and you see kids running around there, and then you see a kid sitting on a chair just looking at a ball, wants to play with a ball, but they don't have that.
Yes.
And then I just decided, listen, I'm going to donate my money to kids, to underprivileged kids. There are so many people that just don't have anything. I'm not talking about trips to Disneyland or Disney World or overseas, just a ball or shoes to play with or a pair of boxing gloves to go. So I decided, listen, I'm going to donate my entire purse, not some part of it, everything.
Brilliant.
And then I asked a lot of people to get on my trunks. I wrote all of the people that got behind me on my trunks. And I think it's the right thing to do, and I'm giving back. I know I got so much out of boxing, so I'm giving back.
No, awesome. Well done.
Thank
That's
you
a
very
fantastic
much.
gesture. We're not going to mention amounts and figures now. We don't have to. It's a lot of money, I must tell you, out there. And it's your whole purse, and it's a fantastic gesture, and well done. You've been a great ambassador for the sport of boxing.
Thank you.
You've been a role model, so hopefully we'd like to see you back in the ring. So thank you for the interview.
Thank you, Brian.
Ryno Liebenberg.
I
was in that one. Thank you. My special guest, Ryno Liebenberg, the IBA All-Africa champion, South African super middleweight champion, and of course winning that WBA Pan-African title as well. From me, Brian Mitchell, thank you for watching.